Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the It's in Queens podcast covering events in the borough from September 20th to September 26th, year 2018. As always, I'm Rob Mackay from the Queens Tourism Council, and to my left would be Chris Donovan from the New York, from the Daily. Well, it is technically
Yes.
the New York Daily News.
Absolutely, sure.
The co-sponsor of this event. Chris,
I
how
am.
are you?
I'm good, babe. How you
Yeah?
doing?
All right, all right, babe. How was your weekend?
It was good. What did I was I Queens related this weekend? I was in Jersey yesterday, but that's
Well,
that
it
was
not much fun.
that was not much fun.
It
but
felt good to get back.
It did.
Yeah,
It did.
okay.
Saturday. Mr. Liam Donovan started his touch football league.
Oh,
that was
touch
at Randall's
football.
Island, which
Okay.
is technically, I guess, Manhattan, but
Yeah, I think Randall's Island is Manhattan.
Yeah.
No, but you get there by
going over the bridge from Queens.
from Queens. Yeah. All right. Very good.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, Sunday yesterday,
Yeah.
I was in Queens Botanical Garden for
Nice.
a concert. Mar Salah, which
Yeah.
is Marta Hernandez. She's born in Seville. She's a flamenco-based singer-songwriter. who
We
was there
talked
with her
about
band.
the event last week on the
She
podcast,
was
and you went.
awesome. She was unbelievable.
Yeah, you were excited for that. You wanted
Yeah,
to go to that.
she and I took a friend who was also very impressed. She does all the castañetas.
Wow.
She does the guiro.
I don't know if I'm
She
more
does
impressed
all
about her or the fact you have a friend.
Well, it wasn't a friend. It was someone who wanted to go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but anyway, we
Rob
have.
McKay's a friend to all. Let me just say
That's
that
right.
We have
I
some good
do
events,
want to
right?
say that this week is
Chock
Queens
full
is
of
like
events.
Queens is like
Queens is
stepping
happening.
it up
Good.
lately. Probably the first thing worth mentioning is something that a lot of people probably know about, and that's Paul Simon.
Oh yeah, of course.
So Paul Simon is he's on his
Our
farewell
prodigal
tour.
son returns
Yep.
home.
He's on his farewell tour, and he's doing his last concert of his farewell tour this Saturday, which is the 22nd in Flushing Meadows, Corona Park.
Amazing.
Now, people might not know this, but he grew up in Kew Garden Hills. Not Kew Gardens,
No.
but Kew Garden Hills.
Right.
It's actually Kew Gardens with an S, but
Now,
Kew
did he
Garden
attend?
Hills with no
Did
S.
he attend Forest Hills High School?
He went to Forest Hills High School.
Okay.
But Kew Garden Hills is, you can walk to Flushing Meadow. In fact, it borders Flushing Meadow Park.
On the
So
okay.
he is giving his final concert walking distance from where he grew up.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If I became famous one day and then traveled the world
You'd
and
come
came
back?
back, I'd have to give my concert at St. Michael's Park in over by Woodside, like on 60.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So be ready for that in 2040.
All right. Be ready for that. Do you know? Paul Simon, of course.
Now that's a ticketed concert, right? It's not a free
it's
show.
ticketed, but you can also be far away.
And just kind of chill out
yeah,
and watch.
and it has its own website. I know actually. There's someone in my neighborhood who has tickets.
Right.
I think you get like a VIP.
Yeah, you
segment.
should. You should. There
But
should be a
you
little
can also
difference.
go. But it should be emotional. I always expect them to cry.
I hope so.
It's going to be emotional.
And I hope it's really a farewell tour where
Yeah, sometimes they have a farewell
I
tour.
think
Then 3
Cher's on
years
her
later,
third.
they go to.
I think
But
Cher's
we'll
on our
see.
third
We'll
farewell
see.
tour.
And he really is one of the most talented
One of the best ones out
songwriters
of,
ever.
yeah,
I mean, he's done
out of
everything.
Queens for sure.
And he's done all kinds of world music
Yep.
and everything else. And,
Yep.
and he actually
Remember
went
that Graceland album? That was
Graceland. That was
amazing
South
album.
Africa.
Yep.
He's done Peru and South
Yep.
America. Remember, he went to Forest Hills High School with Art Garfunkel.
That's right.
Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. They started as a band called Tom and Jerry,
Oh, that's right.
playing
Oh, look at
bars
you.
in Forest Hills.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Dropping
forget my
knowledge on
Queens.
us today.
So anyway, that's a pretty special event, but it's actually that's just like sort of just the beginning part of it. The Maker Faire is both
it's
days
back.
this weekend, and
Right.
you know the Maker Faire they began in the first one ever I believe was Silicon Valley, and it was just a bunch of nerds trying to show off what they had done,
Right.
what they had invented, and it's now grown into this huge
Not
thing.
one booth about talking to girls.
No,
No, nerds are
probably
both
not.
nerds are both sexist though. We should.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But you know they have them all over the world. They have
Yeah,
them in
the Maker
Tokyo,
Faire is
they have
now
them
a
in
whole
Bogota.
franchise.
But this
yeah.
really, I mean, this is
the New York
biggest
one and the San Francisco one, right? They're the two biggest,
but
right?
it's my understanding that because of media and business, that a lot of companies that have invented something new, they want to put it out during this at the New York one.
Absolutely. I attended last year. It was a great. It was
oh,
a great.
did you?
Yeah.
Which would you like most about last year? Did
You know what? I
was-
did. They had all the people who designed graphics for comic books and comic book movies. So
Mhm.
my son was really into that. And then they had the car track
Yeah, they have people have built cars and little kids can race cars, right?
That was great. And then just everything's so interactive, and you can touch and feel and be a part of it. So
and you see all kinds of things. You see all kinds of machines and animals and robots and
voice activated, motion detecting, everything you can imagine.
I remember, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but they have that new machine that can it can if you're a senior and you're having a hard time opening up bottles and stuff like that and remembering stuff, it can do the whole month. It can give you all of your medicines.
Oh, no kidding.
It just puts it in your mouth and stuff like that.
Do you know the
so it's not just fun. There's a lot of health and business and other stuff.
Oh yeah. Do you know the OXO brand of utensils? They sell them like can openers and different things. It was invented by a guy whose wife was having trouble with her arthritis.
So he thought about it.
And he made it much more ergonomic.
Necessity is the mother of all invention.
Absolutely.
Más enseña la necesidad que la universidad.
Es la verdad.
That's how they say it in Spanish. So that's both days this weekend. And that's not even it. There's also the Queens County Fair.
Look at that.
And I believe it's the 39th. 36th annual. Now remember, this is a true fair, a county fair. There are pig races, there are pie eating contests, there's corn husking contests.
Why are you looking at me when you said pig races?
I just thought you might wanted to bet. I
do. I'm a betting man.
There are hay rides, jugglers, acrobats, and it's
carnies?
Again, it's both days. It's both days, and there's a beer garden. The Shannon Breeze Irish Band is playing on Saturday at the Beer Garden, and the Spitzbaum German Band is playing on Sunday.
That's gonna make some tough decisions for people.
Music. Go both days. Go both days.
You got Maker Faire, you got Simon, you got Queens County Fair.
Those are all those are three. I would say pretty big major U.S. things.
Yeah, competing for your attention.
And then the other thing that I would mention before going into any run-up is that Flushing Town Hall is exploding with activity this weekend.
They are all over the map.
Count them, 7 activities. There are 7 events or gigs they have going on this weekend. Now, I would say the biggest one, September 21st, is Banda Magda. Now, that's a group, sort of a world music group led by a Greek woman whose name is Magna Giannikou.
Okay.
Giannikou. Probably Giannikou, right? Johnny is Giannopolis, Yanni.
Right.
Anyway, they play South American rhythms and with jazz improvisation, and they also do all kinds of cinematic arranging. So they'll have stuff coming up on you can see and all that. They do a lot of audience participation.
Visual,
and they sing chantsums. Do you know what chantsums are?
No.
I'll give you until the end of you can get on your email, Google, you can find out. They sing chantsums in 6 languages.
Oh, okay.
6 languages. They have an a cappella workshop coming up too. So that's their first one. And then they go on September 22nd. They have an art show there, and there's a panel discussion with some of the artists who are displaying.
Sure.
The 23rd, Citizen Wong. There's a stage reading of a new play called Citizen Wong about a real man named Wong Chin Fu who lived in the late 19th century. He was big. He fought the Chinese Exclusion Act. But he also had an affair with a very rich society woman whose father was running for president at the time.
Really?
And here he was with the Chinese Exclusion Act, and this guy who wanted to be president's daughter was dating a Chinese guy in the late 19th century. So that's kind of cool. There's the Roxy Cross Quintet, and there is a body-based creative. I should say the Roxy Cross Quintet has a new album out called The Future is Female.
Oh.
And Downbeat.
Isn't that the movement right now? The Future is Female?
Yep. So they're in there. They're like a jazzy group, and they Downbeat magazine gave their latest album 4.5 stars.
Ooh, is that like a
that
Dick Clark? Like I can dance to it? It's got a good rhythm?
Yeah. Well, you can dance to anything.
Oh, me? You kidding me?
Yep.
I'm the king of 1,000 dances.
They also have the body-based creative process, which is a workshop where the people that come to attend the workshop will be part of the creative and choreographic process by getting involved in body-based games and verbal communication.
Sounds like an interesting night, to say the least.
Yep.
Get a couple glasses of wine. That could be very interesting.
Niklas Sivelov, who is a Danish composer who has been knighted by the Queen of Denmark. He will be
so we
playing.
Have to call him Sir?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know how you say "sir" in Danish, but whatever he is.
Right.
Yeah, Don Caballero. He he will be playing all kinds of classical music with in conjunction with the Aaron Copland School of Music at Queens College.
Yeah.
And as we all know, the Aaron Copland School of Music is one of the best music schools in
That's
the
right.
nation. A great.
Found that had nothing to do with Stuart Copeland and the police.
It has nothing.
Nothing.
No, that
No.
was in a. That we learned that in a. Yeah.
Different,
Then also they have a really famous flautist named Jasmine Choi, who is going to play a flute concerto, a couple of flute concertos. So that's all pretty. I mean,
That's all at
seven
Flushing Town
things
Hall
at Flushing Town Hall
in
so.
1 week.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's
Way to
that's
go,
kind of the big
Flushing
thing.
Town Hall. Keep it real.
And then the other thing I would say that's pretty big, I think it's major, is the Sunnyside Restaurant Week.
Oh yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Not to be confused with Queens Restaurant
Nope,
Week.
that's coming up, and we're going to be excited to talk
we'll
about
be,
that
We'll
as
be
well.
talking about that, but Sunnyside Restaurant Week is from September 23rd to 29th.
So 7 days, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
math is
23,
difficult.
24, 25, 29. Yeah, 7 days.
Okay,
I got 7 days. Yeah.
Your back of the envelope calculation says 7. So the organizer of the Sunnyside Big, Jamie
Right.
Faye, she says she has 45 restaurants.
Signed up.
Yep, and the price is a 3-course dinner for $25.
Right.
And some will have that as a lunch special too.
Right.
And some will
Do 2 for 25 for the
exactly. How do you know that?
Well,
She
was
said
that the
she
Queen's
told you.
Towers?
Yeah, okay. So some
Sometimes
of
I
the
pay
smaller
attention,
restaurants,
Rob.
yeah, some of the smaller restaurants, obviously that don't have wine and all
Right,
that, they're going
right.
to be giving
2 for
dinner for 2
$25.
for $25.
That's
which
pretty
is
cool.
Nice.
That's
Which-
amazing. And Sunnyside's a great culinary scene. I mean,
It's got a lot of restaurants.
they got a lot going
They
on.
got pretty much everything.
They got every nationality represented, I think, right?
I
mean,
would say they probably have. I mean, every sort of major.
I'm talking.
and,
Yeah. Talking about
a couple
they have
of
every
different-
continent.
Yeah, they would have a couple of different
represented.
Asians. They would have a couple different South Americans.
I remember they had a great Indian restaurant down there as well.
A new Indian restaurant just opened up
there you
there,
go. All right.
where apparently the owner, it's called Cardamom.
Uh-huh.
The owner is using his grandmother's recipes.
There you go.
So
Grandma
that's kinda
always
fun.
had it best.
Yep, that's kind of fun. Just on a side note, Queens Restaurant Week is usually in October, but it's actually going to be postponed until probably November.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because Queens Courier usually does the recruiting of the restaurants.
Sure.
And as you know, Queens Courier just bought Times Ledger.
Right.
Or just bought the community newspaper group.
Right.
So they now own
They're a very big.
many different, because they own like Gay City News as part of
Sure.
that, and some of those things up in Westchester, those
Yep.
dailies. The Brooklyn Daily Eagle,
Right.
or not the Brooklyn,
No,
the Brooklyn
no.
Courier.
Brooklyn Courier.
Yeah.
Right.
So they
They gotta get their
they got
stuff.
some
They gotta-
reorganizing.
They got to regroup and then
yeah,
come
they
back
got
out.
Some, they got
Okay.
some, yeah, so
fair.
they're going to take a month, but they might be able to recruit all these different extra
Well,
restaurants.
you're talking about it. Yeah.
And
yeah.
they might even. I was actually talking to the guy today, and they might even incorporate a Brooklyn. They might want to do a Brooklyn Queens Restaurant Week or something like that.
I don't like
So-
sharing the spotlight, but okay.
No, neither do I.
Yeah.
But it would demonstrate how much better the restaurants in Queens are than Brooklyn. So,
Good point.
there
Anything
would
we
be
could
the
do to put Brooklyn down.
thing. Yep, anything we can do.
Kidding,
Where-
Brooklyn. We
where
love
I
you
grew
too.
up,
We
yeah.
love you too.
So that's kind of the main. Oh, then there's another Cole Esperanza, KOL Esperanza.
Mm-hmm.
Now they are Elvis Big in Israel.
Oh, Elvis,
Big in Israel.
All right.
Yeah, they are a vocal group.
Okay.
In
Acapella?
fact, 5 world-class vocalists,
All right.
classically trained, with a live band, but they're all singers, vocal.
Right.
They are doing a special Jewish New Year concert.
And that's coming up Wednesday, right?
Yep. So this is, and that's at Queensboro Performing Arts Center.
Quebec.
Yeah, so that's a nice place to watch it. The concert is on the 23rd, so it's after.
It's after the New Year. Okay.
But,
Well, you can't do it on New Year's because no one's allowed out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's you can. I guess you could do a simulated countdown.
Right.
You could do.
Yeah.
You could do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's there. According to the guys from QPAC who I deal with, Vinny Takali is his name. These guys are really big in Israel.
Good.
So that's kind of interesting
Coming
too.
to America, making their name.
Coming to America.
There you go.
And
chose Queens.
And yes, they chose Queens. So a couple of other things. The Corona Te, which is the big Corona Plaza, as you may know,
Yes.
just got revamped.
Yeah, you were. I remember you were
It
there
was
for
under
that.
construction. It was under construction, and now it's revamped.
What role did the
Beautiful.
QEDC play in that?
So we were involved. Ricardi, who works in my office,
Yes.
was involved. It was a big process. process because they had to get community input. They had to
Right.
talk to all the businesses around the
But
plaza.
the businesses were into it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
they
yeah.
didn't get any
No,
pushback or
no,
anything
but
like
what you have now is this beautiful plaza.
Yep.
With
No
there's
cars.
places to sit.
Yeah,
and
no
down,
cars
and then
coming
there's another
through.
spot where there's a farmers market on Saturdays and there are dance classes and all that kind of stuff. So they're having a big. It's a
I've seen
multi-hour.
Tai Chi in that park as
Yeah,
well.
they do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They do that. So there's a big multi-hour celebration right there.
And I love that Tulsingo bakery over there. That place is-
Tulsinango.
Tulsinango.
Yes, very good.
I love that
There's a Tulsinango bakery and a Tulsinango restaurant.
Yes.
If you like Mexican food, very good.
Yeah.
So they're having everything from salsa lessons to what they call bailoterapia,
Okay.
which is dance therapy, I guess.
okay.
They're teaching. They have crochet and embroidery workshops.
Oh, wow.
They have live.
You know, I was just thinking
radio
about it, it's like there are not many good tailors around. Like, I remember,
anymore.
yeah, like you know, because, a gentleman of a certain size like myself has trouble finding suits that fit him off the rack.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's hard to.
You gotta tailor them all?
Yeah, I don't know how to get them tailored anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I got to find somebody.
Oh,
I need a guy.
I got a guy.
You got a guy?
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right. Good.
All right, so we accomplished something.
Yeah.
now.
Everyone in New York has a guy.
I
Ever notice
know,
that? Everyone
yeah.
has a guy. Like,
Right.
I got construction. Okay, I got a guy.
I got a guy, yeah.
Anyway,
Construction guys, I got. Tailor, I need.
I really do have a guy.
All right, good.
I'll talk to you at the end of this. Queens Botanical Garden is being visited by the Art Bus.
The art bus.
Yes, the Art Bus is a traveling
Is that the
bus
one from Long Island City?
No, different. This
different
is a
Art
different
Bus,
one. Yeah.
okay.
So that's kind of fun. That's on the 22nd.
22nd, yep.
Bell Boulevard in Bayside has
Yes.
its annual stroll.
Okay.
Now this is
They
a
close
big
the
thing.
streets to
Bell
traffic?
Boulevard. It's Bell Boulevard. They close it. Yeah.
From northern to, where does
Well,
it start?
according to this, it is 38th to 41st Avenue.
Okay, all right,
Those are
little-
pretty long avenues.
Yeah,
Those
and
are-
that's north of Northern Boulevard.
that's north of Northern Boulevard,
Right.
and that's where all the restaurants are.
Yes.
That's where all like
Sure.
Bourbon Street.
Yep.
So they're all going to be. They're going to convert it to outdoor cafes. So on the sidewalks, you'll be able to go to
Oh,
a
that's pretty
restaurant,
cool.
sit outside.
Yeah.
But then on the street, they have all kinds of live
Bands.
music
Yep.
and bands, and they have a pizza eating contest.
Oh, you pointed to
they
me
have
like I need to join that.
giant bubbles, cooking demonstrations, and volleyball and a big dodgeball game.
Ooh,
miss
I'd love
the
to pick on some
dodgeball.
people.
Yeah, I thought they banned dodgeball.
They played
because-
dodgeball at my kid's camp this year. I was surprised that they did it, but he liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought that was too rough, or you could hurt people. I don't know.
I think
something
I
like-
think they've softened up.
I have great
the
memories
equipment.
of dodgeball being a kid.
I enjoyed dodgeball.
Yeah.
I had a pretty decent arm
Yeah.
and a pretty
And
decent.
hands of glue.
I did. Well, I used to position it against my belly, and it was just like it was kind of like you just get stuck.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was good.
Very good.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to mention is Guardians of Flushing Bay. Do you know
Oh,
about
I know about it. If Chris Pratt involved or no?
that? I'm
He's
not
a
sure.
guardian of a galaxy. I'm not sure if he's going to make it down to
Yeah, I'm
Flushing
not
Bay.
sure. Luke Skywalker and them will be. Guardians of the Flushing Bay. They're a nonprofit that wants to clean up, that strives to clean up
You know,
Flushing Bay. And all
it
that
really
kind of
should
stuff.
be cleaned up, right? I mean, that place is a little, it's a
sometimes
little rough sometimes.
during low tide.
Oof.
Oh yeah, Flushing Bay is not where you want to be.
No. So, and
but-
we love Queens, but Flushing Bay has got challenges.
Yeah, this group.
Not our fault. Remember, it was probably polluted before we got here.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's Manhattan's fault.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're having their fall festival out by the marina basically.
Okay.
Do you know where the boat launch is?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so it's where the boat launch to Flushing Bay is, which I
Right.
guess is technically northern Flushing Meadow Corona Park.
Yes, it would be because it's
Right near LaGuardia.
Sure.
So they're gonna have all kinds of activities.
Is that where the catering hall is, right?
Yeah, and some of it is environmental, like they're gonna be doing oyster monitoring.
Sure.
Checking out the oysters in Flushing Bay.
Smart.
But there's also going to be, paddle boating and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And the special guest is Dhruv Borua. Do you know who he is?
No.
He's the guy
Drop
who
some knowledge on me.
he invented that bicycle that floats on the water.
Yeah.
And he bikes it around and he goes around and he picks up trash
Yeah, I've seen
in
this.
rivers.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, I've seen this.
So he's got that, and he's been he goes like to London, and he goes to and he bikes through picking up the trash.
That's
And
crazy.
so
he's coming.
he's going to be there with his bicycle.
Nice.
Yeah, so
we
you
need him.
can,
We need about 24 of them.
maybe you can take a selfie with with Drew Borowa and his recycling cleaning bike
Yeah.
that floats. His
Nice.
floating recycling cleaning bike.
Now wait, are we going to go through a whole week and we don't have anything from Museum of Moving Image on here?
Oh, would you? Jeez, funny you said
Come on, I can't.
There are some movies going on.
There we go. I knew how to do something.
That's my last thing. I almost forgot and almost went through it without it. But there's a. Have you ever heard of Therese Dupre? I think.
No.
Kind of famous production woman. So
Okay.
she worked on a bunch of different movies in production. Creative woman.
Right.
That did a lot of the designs that you see in movies.
Okay.
So she died of cancer last December. Age 52, young.
That's rough.
But they're showing movies that she
was involved
in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice
And,
tribute.
They did some last week, and they're doing more this week.
You got any titles for me?
Sure. Hedgewick and the Angry Inch.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know that one?
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about a transvestite rock singer, and evidently not very well endowed, if you would
Okay.
understand
Gotcha.
where that title came from, and
Hedgewick
the challenges
and
of
the
being
Angry Inch.
a transvestite rock singer who doesn't have a big
Okay.
package.
Is it funny?
It's
Did you see it?
odd.
It's odd.
It's
yeah.
odd.
Black
Yeah,
Swan.
but it's good.
Have you heard
Black
of the movie
Swan
Black
is
Swan?
the Oscar winner. That was with the two ballerinas.
Okay.
I think it was Mila Kunis and
Wow.
the girl from the Star Wars movies and the professional. She's Israeli.
Gal Gadot.
No, not Gal Gadot. Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman. Okay. Do you know the movie Happiness?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
They're actually showing Black Swan twice. Stoker.
All right.
Have you heard of the movie?
Stoker, I didn't know. Stoker, I don't know.
And Summer of Sam.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's with John Leguizamo.
Is that Spike Lee's movie?
Yes.
About
The Crazy Summer
the
of
Crazy Sam with
77 or 78?
I think it was 77.
Yeah, I feel
Son
like
of
it was-
Sam.
I feel like it was 77.
Yeah. Do you remember that? He was.
Yankees won the World Series 77 and 78, but I think
Yeah.
in 77 was when the Bronx was burning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Son of Sam, if I also remember correctly, he killed a bunch of blonde women.
Yes.
And
one-
so all of
two
these
in Kew
blonde
Gardens,
women.
or
He got caught in Forest Hills. I
He
think
got-
he had a parking.
he had a parking
No
ticket
one
in-
could find him. He
right,
was crazy,
right.
psychotic.
Yes. He
And
was leaving
then
notes to Jimmy
he was-
Breslin at the Daily News.
Yeah, exactly. That was a weird.
That was a very.
That was like when
strange-
New York City was at rock
Oh
bottom.
my God, that was a wild time.
And he was like the image of New York City at rock bottom.
So
Crazy guy.
I remember I was out in Long Island when my family lived in Massapequa,
Uh-huh.
and we were out on the stoop, because that's what you did. You hung out on the
Uh-huh.
stoop, and a VW Beetle drove by,
Uh-huh.
and we all scattered inside.
Because you thought it was his.
Because that's how
yeah, yeah.
crazy people
Uh-huh.
were. Because every clue you got, like, oh, he's a short, stocky guy. He's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
a
yeah.
VW Bug. So short, stocky guys with VW
You-
Bugs
you
were.
jump, yeah.
Yeah, you were running.
Yeah.
You're out.
I also think he killed blonde women. So
Yes,
blonde women were dyeing their hair.
Yes,
all
blonde women were
summer.
dying and cutting their hair.
and cutting their
yeah,
hair.
yeah,
Right. They didn't
yeah.
want.
Did not want to be a blonde with a hair past your
Yeah.
shoulder.
And then he had an exact lookalike who lived in Bay Ridge.
Yes.
Exact lookalike.
Who got busted.
Who got caught, got
Yeah,
arrested. 'cause
yeah.
They thought, yes.
They almost
bizarre.
ruined that guy's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
On that note.
Yeah. We just thank you. This is now Rob and Chris's acid flashback
Right.
podcast.
I think I'd rather watch a documentary on that.
Oh, there is. There's a couple.
But
yeah.
maybe Summer of Sam is good. Good acting, good stuff.
Well, I think
Rhythm.
yeah. Johnny
Anyway,
Leguizamo's always good in everything he does.
Yeah.
He's a Jackson Heights kid.
he's. I thought he grew up in Queens Village.
I
He's
thought
not
he was
a Queens
Jackson
guy?
Heights.
He's a Queens guy.
He's
We'll
definitely
say.
a Queens guy.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's it. That's a heck of a week.
That's a lot.
Anything I'm missing?
How much more can we give them? Rob?
Yeah,
I
really,
mean, seriously,
We
you
give
know?
and we give.
We give.
and-
What do we get?
I don't know. And
We get the pleasure of giving.
when you think it's no longer possible to give, then we dig a little deeper.
That's right. Because
That's
now
when we
we're going to
surprise
give you the website to find all this stuff. In case we've got anything wrong.
The website, of course, is itsinqueens.com.
There you go.
And social media, hashtag It's in Queens. All of these events are fact checked.
That's right.
And up there, and they will also be tweeted and everything else during the week.
On Instagram, it's in Queens. On Twitter, it's in Queens.
On
Facebook.
Facebook.com/ It's in Queens.
There you go.
Whatever it is, It's in Queens.
And on YouTube, it's in Queens.
Is it
YouTube.com//
YouTube.com / It's in
It's in
Queens?
Queens, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, you got it all.
Repetition is the key to memorization.
That's right.
So if you want to memorize, watch this podcast again.
That's right.
Anyway, thank you guys very much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for being with you.
And I will definitely be out and about this weekend in Queens, and I hope to see some of you guys there. Be it at a Paul Simon concert or
Maker
Corona
Faire,
Plaza, or maybe even the county fair. I'll bet against you in the pig race, or actually I challenge you to the pie eating contest.
Oh, now you're talking.
All right, thank you guys.